Hi, this is Laura from LiveVisions.com, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what it is like to date a Cancer man. And as you know, Cancers are very sensitive, and they're very, when they're upset, they tend to retreat into their own shell. So if you're dating a Cancer man, chances are, if you happen to be a fire sign and you're dating a Cancer man, what he liked about you in the first place is kind of what he is not sure of about you. So if you're outgoing, attractive, and you get a lot of attention, this could be the very thing that makes him back up, because in the back of his mind, he's worried or wondering if you will leave him or not. Cancer men tend to not let go of their past and tend to be stuck as far as emotionally. When they're wounded, they hold on to that way too long. And a lot of them are very sensitive people, very caring people. They're great with kids, usually, and usually very giving. But sometimes if they feel like they may be an option instead of a priority, which anybody would feel that way, they back up. But they tend to be more insecure. And a lot of the way this can play out is passive-aggressive behavior. So if your Cancer person is really upset with you, chances are he may avoid your call, not call, but secretly, intuitively, he's expecting you to call. And the best way to handle this is to not play into the passive-aggressive, manipulative kind of behavior that they do, because you will get more of that, you know. The best thing to do is, if he's not calling you, don't call him. Let him reach for you, and basically he will start to feel like, oh my God, I haven't heard from her. What is she up to? What could she be doing right now? And that will get them to call you. But the big thing with Cancer men is, don't talk about your past, especially your sexual history or how many boyfriends you dated in the past, or you don't want to give too much of that information, because they tend to overthink it, and then they'll start to compare themselves, and then they start thinking bad things about you, where have you been, and all this. So it's better to not give too much info. I know when I have clients call me who are dating Cancer men, and I don't know why, but a lot of them tend to be fire signs, the ones who call me. And they usually have the most issues, because they're like, I don't know what I did. And what it is a lot of times, what attracted to them to you in the first place is the same thing that makes them worried that you're going to leave them for somebody else, and makes them insecure. They really kind of want that homebody type of woman that's going to be theirs and only theirs, and not that you're going to be with everybody else, but they don't like the flirting, or they want a more conservative type of woman who's going to be all about the home and the family, and not the wild woman out, looking to have, crazy adventures or date men and flirt with guys, and that would not make a Cancer man happy at all. So if you plan on keeping your Cancer partner, you may want to tone down your wild tendencies. Do not talk about your past. And I would say, don't change yourself, but let him know how much he means to you in your life and how you value him as a person. And I think that your relationship will become a lot better. They really like that one-on-one closeness where they feel more comfortable, But internally, you shouldn't have to change yourself. If you are this outgoing, bubbly person, and you're always flirtatious, and you're always going about, and it may not work for you. This could just be who you are, and you may need somebody who's more able to deal with, you as a person and your personality. But Cancer men can, when they're upset, they can not want to talk to you, avoid you, kind of go in their shell, but secretly they're wanting you to call them. And if you do, a lot of times, it sounds funny, they won't answer the call. And you can call a few times and they won't answer the call. This is their way of punishing you. It's passive-aggressive, But if you don't play into that, then they're going to call you and think, why didn't she call me? Why wasn't she calling me, apologizing for her behavior? But you got to let them know, say what you mean what you say. So if he is not saying why he's mad and just being passive aggressive and not really telling you what's going on, just assume nothing's wrong. And because if more you play into that manipulative behavior, because what they're trying to do is manipulate you, and they think that if they power or void you and do these weird things by not taking your call, that's going to get what they really want out of you. And it's really not. It's going to get the opposite. So my advice to you would be just let it go. Don't chase. That's the worst thing you can do. But let them know when you're with them that they're really a priority in your life and not just an option, because sometimes their insecurity gets away with them and they can get really insecure. But anyhow, Cancer men are usually, most of the time, they're pretty good with other water signs. Capricorn is another sign that they tend, there's a lot of attraction, but there's a lot of friction too, because Capricorn is the opposite of Cancer, and Capricorns are the least emotional, where this Cancer is the most emotional. So they can learn a lot from each other, but Cancer can be hurt by Capricorn's lack of emotion, and Capricorn could think that Cancer is way too emotional and they can't handle them. So it could be very passionate, but it could be very trying at the same time. Okay, well, this is my interpretation of Cancer men and dating a Cancer man. If you like the video, leave a comment below. If you like to take my classes, astrology classes, basics, or aspects, click the link below to sign up. Have a good day.